As I move to the interior, I want to point something out. When you open the doors on the convertible and you close the car, the top window sometimes will block and not close properly. So what I do when closing the passenger door especially is just put a little downward pressure on the glass here and it closes fine. So newer cars that are convertibles with frameless windows will have an auto down feature. This car obviously does not have that. So moving to the interior, I can't think of any flaws to point out other than the passenger seat is not as good in terms of condition compared to the other seats. I first replaced the driver's seat with one off of eBay that had been reupholstered, and I found out after the fact it did not come with heat. So the driver's seat does not have heat. The passenger seat does have heat. I have the original heating pad, the wiring and switches are all in place, but the driver's seat does not have heat at this time. I also had the rear seat reupholstered with, I believe, a replacement aftermarket cover that looks OE. You can see everything is really clean and crisp in the leather. So the passenger seat is the one that has the most wear, and it's been well taken care of. It's received Lexol treatments, at least under my ownership, but there's definitely some visible wear when you're up close, and there's at least one small tear, which is right there. For comparison, that's about the size of a quarter. Now if I zoom out, obviously the leather is going to look a lot better, but it's not going to be the same texture as if you look at, say, the driver's seat and the quality of the leather there, which is in much better shape. All right, moving inside the car. Glove box is keyed to the ignition, of course. The original cigarette lighter is here, I just don't use it. Wheel lock, owner's manual, registration, so forth. The ECU has been upgraded with an aftermarket chip, very mild for the automatic, but it definitely helps. In terms of the interior, this is one of the best features. Let me just pop off the radio. Everything works. The onboard computer is illuminated, it works correctly. Outside temperature works. Range works. Little secret code, if you hit the 1 and 1,000 together, it'll show you how many liters of fuel are remaining. At least I thought it was 1 and 1,000. Maybe I have to do that from here. No. Okay. I'll have to look up what the little trick is. Now that's going to bother me. I thought it was 1 in 1,000. That's going to bug me. Okay, I'll figure it out. But anyway, it does work. I use it all the time. Just now that I'm sitting on the passenger side, it's blinking on me. The front speakers have been replaced with aftermarket Pioneers. The rear speakers are still stock. The volume control, left, right, fader, front, rear, I think, works. Rear defroster actually does work. There's a little blower motor back there. It's an aftermarket Kenwood radio with CD. Came with the radio. Came with the car. Nothing special, but nothing awful either. Dome light working correctly. Always on, off, door position. The onboard computer and check light system is also working. Service interval lights are working. All the bulbs are illuminated and correct. The check engine light is on because with all BMWs of this vintage and later, you need to have your foot on the brake when you're starting the car, otherwise the check system will tell you to check your brake lights. But now that I've pressed on the brake, my check engine light has gone out and my check lights have gone out as well. So in terms of functioning inside, everything's good and working. The driver's side window switch is sticking a little bit. This is mainly because the car's been sitting in the garage and not used. If you use it on a regular basis, the switch is a lot more responsive. Probably the grease is getting a little tired in that particular switch, but that's an easy fix. Rear driver's window rather, switch is a lot more responsive. Passenger side. I'll check my spares and see if I have a spare switch for that. But that's definitely the problem. It's the switch and not the window. Because I can feel it when I play with the switch. I'll verify that before the sale. That's about it, other than convertible top operation. Very basic in this car. 2 latches. You flip these open, pop the top back, and that's pretty much it. I'll illustrate that in a separate video.